We welcome you back to Tallahassee, Florida, and we're getting ready for Game 2 of the 2019 ACC Softball Championship between Virginia and Georgia Tech. Longtime rivals. It's their 18th meeting at the ACC Softball Championship. Perfect weather for softball in the ACC here at Joe Graf Stadium. And our bracket so far, one game is complete. NC State defeating Syracuse 4-3 to advance to take on the number 1 seed Virginia Tech tomorrow. That's the first game of 4. And the winner of this game, Georgia Tech and Virginia, will get Florida State, the 5-time defending champs at the ACC Women's Softball Championship. That is our Bojangles Championship bracket. Tom Wormy along with Sherry Kemp. We're getting ready for Game 2, Virginia and Georgia Tech. To size it up, some perspective during the regular season, Georgia Tech taking 2 games in a 3-game series against Virginia.
And I think if you look at that, Georgia Tech has the advantage. But listen, both of these teams are on the road, and tournament time is all about who settles down, who's able to dust off maybe a few of the jitters, and kind of put a complete game together to get this kicked off.
Players to watch in our game, we start with Georgia Tech and Katie Cruz. She's a senior and a 2-time all-conference selection.
How about Katie Cruz sitting in the 2-hole for Georgia Tech, hitting over 350 this season? It's that senior leadership that'll play a key for Tech if they're able to make a run deep in this tournament.
For Virginia, Lacey Smith, also an ACC first-team selection, but the senior is batting over 400.
And also another player kind of hiding in that 2 spot. She has the single-season record for home runs for Virginia, and she's knocking on the door to nail the slugging percentage record as well. And
the winner is going to advance to take on our 5-time defending and reigning champs at the ACC Softball Championship. Florida State waiting in the wings tomorrow to take on the winner of Georgia Tech and Virginia. When we come back, we'll have those starting lineups and the first pitch on the road to the ACC Softball Championship trophy. Virginia and Georgia Tech continues in our first round. The Softball Championship is presented by the official corporate champions of the ACC. Geico. New York Life. Bojangles, famous chicken and biscuits. Food Lion. And by Toyota. Back in Tallahassee, Joanne Graf Field ready to go for Virginia and Georgia Tech. The winner advancing tomorrow to take on our host, Florida State, the number 2 seed at 5 Eastern. 4 games tomorrow, and it's a base hit up the middle by Haley Busby to start the game off of Morgan Bruce, the starter in the circle for Georgia Tech.
The first baseman, number 24, Lacey Smith.
So here's that batting order for Virginia, the Toyota starting lineup. Busby leading off the game with that single. Told you about Smith, about 400 for the season. Oshiro, Barber, Friedman, Gilbert, Covington, Davis, and Ritchie. To face Morgan Bruce, 3.98 earned run average, 16-13 record in the circle this season, and that's back through the middle. A couple of ringing singles off the Virginia bats to start the game from Busby, and then Lacey Smith. And that average is going further north of 400 for Smith with a single.
Well, look at this, bang, bang. It doesn't take long to see what the strategy of Virginia is, and that is to jump on first pitch strikes. They're effectively doing that. They're 2 for 2.
2 pitches, 2 singles. And Busby with her single to lead off the game has now extended her hitting streak to 14 games. Runners at first and second, Erica Oshiro, the batter for Virginia. Tries to bunt this one, but it's back into the screen. Oshiro 270 on the season. She's a senior facing Morgan Bruce in the circle.
Bruce will throw a lot down. She's got a drop ball. She'll mix in a changeup, but she really tries to control these hitters by just getting contact and letting her defense play behind her. You can tell, obviously, she likes to work ahead in the count, coming in with those first pitch strikes. And you'll have to see if that adjusts the strategy at all for Georgia Tech.
Oshiro, the senior from Darien, Connecticut. Tries the bunt again. And the only play is to first.
So fundamental softball by Virginia. Lead off runners on base on first and second. You lay down the bunt with your 3-hole hitter and move them to scoring position for your 4-5.
Abby Barber in the cleanup spot in this lineup for Virginia, which doesn't sacrifice very often. Just the 7th time they've done it all season, but it moves runners into scoring position with Busby at third and Smith at second. Both singles off of Morgan Bruce in the top of the first of game 2 of the first round of our championship. 2 games today, 4 tomorrow, and then we'll have 2 more on Friday in the semifinals. Lead you up to that championship on Saturday. Barber hitting .235 on the season. She's got 4 home runs. The runners on base account for 26 home runs in those first 2 spots in the lineup. Barber takes a strike. Chris Neighbors calling the balls and strikes behind the plate in game 2. Georgia Tech is 30-25 on the season, 11-13 in conference play. And now the bases are loaded. The walk to Barber.
The pitcher, number 23, Donna Friedman.
And there's early action in the Georgia Tech bullpen. That's number 5, Brooke Barfield. She's a lefty, so a different look. But an early conference for Georgia Tech.
So with the bases loaded and 1 out, and the conference going on in the circle for Georgia Tech, these conditions of day 1 have been just about perfect. Temps hovering at 89 degrees. Light breezes. Partly cloudy, partly sunny. That's how we'll look at it on our diamond in Tallahassee at Joanne Graff Field. Bases loaded, 1 out. Donna Friedman takes a strike right down the middle. .207 on the season for Friedman. .19 driven in. Big opportunity in the first.
And a real chance for Virginia to set the tone in their favor. Here they are, bases loaded, 1 out. Good part of your order up. And these are the moments that can shift it for good. It's a nice little changeup by Morgan Bruce. Again, right in the heart of the strike zone. I like it. I want a changeup to be a clear strike.
Just popped up, and it will end up foul off to the right side. Georgia Tech's last ACC series to close out the regular season was at Notre Dame last weekend, Friday through Sunday, and they lost all 3 of those games against the Irish. Swing and a miss from Friedman. With the bases loaded, there are 2 down.
This is an important pitch by Morgan Bruce. She has her back to the wall. Look where she puts that. Good hang by Ella Brock back there. And that ball was out of reach, and it's a good place in that count.
Morgan Bruce, the junior from Roanoke, Virginia, to face Tori Gilbert. Trying to get out of this bases loaded jam in the first. Busby and Smith led off the game with back-to-back singles. Oshiro moved him over with a sacrifice bunt. Barber walked to load the bases. Friedman, the first strikeout by Morgan Bruce this afternoon. Georgia Tech is the number 7 seed. Virginia, the number 10 seed. Into center field. Stanford's going back on the run, and she makes the catch. So Bruce gets out of the jam, and Virginia leaves the bases loaded. Stanford on the run in center field to make the grab. No score, bottom of the first. Get your souvenirs for the 2019 ACC Softball Championship. 10 teams represented. Our first game, Syracuse was eliminated by NC State 4-3. This is Virginia and Georgia Tech, bottom of the first. And Bree Roper leads it off. She's one of 4 players at the top of that lineup, batting over 300. Followed by Zeitler, Huckabee, Puckett, and Ella Brock, the catcher. Roper at 370 for the season. Has started every game, her 57th start of the year for Georgia Tech, which is 30-25 on the year. And 11-13 in conference play. And Roper is our Hardy's star to watch. And she has produced this year with those 70 hits. On base nearly half the time that she comes to the plate. And Bree Roper for Georgia Tech. Sophomore second base, a Hardy's star to watch. And Roper sends it into right field over the head of Oshiro. Roper thinking about 2, and it's not a problem.
What a good-looking hit by Roper. Likes a pitch up in the zone, yanks it to that right center field gap, and never hesitated. That was a double all the way.
18th of the season to lead the way in the conference for Roper in doubles. And so Georgia Tech starts a threat of its own with a runner in scoring position for Katie Cruz, senior third base, against Allie Rail. .57 earned run average and a record of 10-12 for Rail this season.
She'll use a fastball to a target, not afraid to do that. She'll use a rise ball, a changeup.
Got away from Friedman, allowed the runner to move up, so Roper all the way to third base.
It's a big 60 feet for Georgia Tech. Runner on third, no outs. A lot of options open.
Inside to Katie Cruz.
It's that fastball looking for a target.
Cruz was an All-ACC second team selection last year, first team this year. Honoree in the ACC.
Rail has been really good lately. She's got all 3 wins in the NC State sweep. She's a big win by Virginia. In her last 23 innings pitched, she had 29 strikeouts and just 5 walks.
This is to left field, and that'll be out of play.
They had the distance.
We've seen a few balls fly down into that corner. Two count to Cruz. And now the count runs full with a runner at third. Bree Roper's at third with her 18th double of the season and then advanced as the ball got away from the catcher Friedman. And this at bat for Cruz. It was right down the middle. She sent it deep, right center to the wall. And Covington right up against the wall made the catch for the out. The runner will tag and score. Roper comes in on the deep drive by Cruz. And the play made in center by Covington.
Excellent execution by Katie Cruz in that 2-hole. She showed us her power on the foul ball, and that's all Georgia Tech needed. They just needed something deep, something in the grass to score Roper from third base, and Cruz delivered perfectly.
35th RBI of the season. Georgia Tech takes the early lead. Cameron Stanford, sophomore center fielder. She made a fine defensive play to end Virginia's threat of the first inning. Hustling back on a line drive off the bat of Tori Gilbert. She caught up with it, and that ended the threat, as Virginia left the bases loaded in the first. Georgia Tech against the opposition this year when they score first with a 21-8 record. '25th appearance at the championship for the Yellow Jackets. Now, they were part of the championship last year, but missed in 2015, 16, and 17. And prior to 2015, they had gone 24 years in a row to our softball championship in the ACC. Virginia did not qualify for our championship a season ago. They lost in the quarters in 2017 against Florida State. Their last appearance at our ACC tournament. Full count. And strike three, throw down to first to complete the out. So Rail gets her first strikeout, getting Cameron Stanford for out number 2.
The first baseman, number 22, Trisha Ewald.
78th strikeout of the season for Riley Rail. Sherry, you mentioned that Rail was the winning pitcher in all 3 games of that sweep at NC State. That was the first time that Virginia had a pitcher do that since 2010. And Rail got it done, taking all 3 of those games for a win.
Yeah, that was Melanie Mitchell in 2010, but that's a long time ago.
Virginia comes in on a 5-game winning streak to close out the regular season. Hadn't done that since 1994. Drifting off to the left and out of play. Off the bat of Trisha Ewald, sophomore, first base for the Yellow Jackets. .317 the average for Ewald. One of 4 players in the top 5 in the lineup batting .300 or better. Sky Webb on deck is batting .309. 1 run is in on the sacrifice fly to center by Katie Cruz.
Yeah, you look at the top half of that Georgia Tech lineup, and it doesn't get easy. There's not a lot of relief in there. The averages are impressive.
Georgia Tech on the season as a team batting .279. That is 6th amongst the 12 institutions that participate in softball in the ACC. And we're back to a full count with 2 down, and the base is empty. This is into left field. Gilbert watches this one sail out of the park. The opposite field solo blast from Trisha Awald.
You're getting to see some of this Georgia Tech offense. This is a team that's the 61st home run right there. It's a team with over 100 doubles. And this is an outside pitch hit exactly where it should be. Great contact by Awald. And just doing what you love to see as a hitting coach. Hit the ball where it's pitched. Keep your head down. Make solid contact. Great things happen.
10th home run on the season for Awald. And now she, Cruz, and Stanford, and Crosby Huckabee, who got 7th in the lineup, all in double digits in home runs this season. As Sky Webb is the batter. And there's some celebrations going on in that Georgia Tech dugout, with Awald, the sophomore, going opposite field for the home run to make it 2-0 Georgia Tech in the bottom of the first. Also with 2 outs.
It's the 24th home run that Rail has allowed in 106 innings pitched. But when you watch her, if you see the spray chart on Rail, you're going to see a lot of top half. When you talk about pitchers that stay predominantly in the top half, you're going to see some home runs. That's where the mistakes go.
Count is 3-1 to Sky Webb, sophomore left fielder, facing Allie Rail in the circle. For Virginia, that batting average at .309 for Webb as she starts the afternoon. Her teammates have already put up 2 runs. She hits a ground ball. The backhand attempt by Davis off the heel of the glove and into center field. It's going to be an error on Davis at second.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Allie Rail and Virginia. You're giving up a couple runs. You just want to get out of the inning.
So with 2 down, there's a runner at first in Sky Webb. So they are calling that a hit now for Webb, as Davis had to go to the backhand towards the bag. Webb is the leading base stealer for Georgia Tech as well. He's got 11 steals on 12 chances, and this is Bailey Zeitler, member of the all-freshman team in the ACC. Rail got plenty of run support from her teammates in that sweep of NC State in late April. They scored 31 runs. See if they can answer Georgia Tech, which has pushed across 2 here in the bottom of the first.
You see that play by Webb that we initially said was an error, and then it was changed to a hit. And the rationale there has to be credited to Sky Webb's speed. So the rationale is that had Davis fielded it cleanly, Webb still would have beaten it out.
Off the fists and into foul territory, and 3 players converge on it, but nobody can get there as Busby tried to make the over-the-shoulder catch. 0-2 count to Zeitler. Couple of home runs on the season for Zeitler. Friedman able to smother that one, but Webb hustles over to second and into scoring position with 2 down.
I like it. Little sneaky. 2 outs. Webb's got some wheels. That's 12 and 13 on the season for stolen bases. She's got the ability to do that, and it's a good risk to take with 2 outs.
Busby fires it across to Smith. And that's the final out of the inning. Couple of runs for Georgia Tech, including Trisha Awald going opposite field for the sophomore at her 10th home run of the season. The Jackets have a 2. Trisha Awald, the sophomore first baseman, with a home run in the bottom of the first for Georgia Tech, as she takes her position defensively. Side-by-side comparison: Virginia, Georgia Tech, and the Jackets took 2 of 3 in the regular season. Pop up on the infield, now drifting into shallow center, and coming in is Stanford. Cameron Stanford with another outstanding play in center field.
Stanford, she's showing you her athleticism out there. Remember the last inning, how it ended? That was a good shot that could burn a lot of center fielders. She floated back. She had a lot of grace in it. And then this one just dead out hustle forward. I love it.
Little pop up to Roper, out number 2. Ashley Davis set down by Morgan Bruce.
The shortstop, number 27, Arizona Ritchie.
So far, a very efficient inning for Morgan Bruce. Third pitch of the inning. First 2 produced outs. Facing Arizona Ritchie. 228 on the season, driven in 10 in the 9 spot in the lineup for the Virginia Cavaliers, who are 22 and 30 this season. They win 8 and 16 in conference play.
You watch Morgan Bruce, she throws that drop ball a lot, but she can vary the height. She throws it for a strike a lot. A lot of times people just constantly throw the drop ball out of the zone, and that's where it's most effective. And with some pitchers, it's the only place it's effective. But Bruce tries to put that downward angle, downward spin on the majority of her pitches, and even on contact, try to give the hitter just a piece of it and let her defense play behind her.
That'll do it. Second strikeout of the game for Morgan Bruce as she pops the mid of Ellabrock to get Arizona Ritchie. Sets them down 1, 2, 3. The ACC Softball Championship is brought to you by Bojangles, famous chicken and biscuits. It's bow time. Game 2 of our first day. Georgia Tech and Virginia. The winner is on to face Florida State, the number 2 seed. It's the first time in 7 years that Florida State is not the number 1 seed. They are the 5-time defending champs and national champs. Our first result of the day, NC State defeating Syracuse 4-3, and they advance to take on the number 1 seed, Virginia Tech. That's the first day of tomorrow's action. 1 of 4 in the quarterfinals. Bottom of the second. Crosby Huckabee. The junior right fielder fouls that one off. 268 the average on the season for Huckabee. Some pop in the bottom third of this lineup, Sherry. 12 home runs and 49 driven in.
Yeah, you have to enjoy that type of production from the bottom of the order.
last postseason victory for Georgia Tech came back in 2012. That's when they won this championship. They've been ACC champs 5 times. In fact, it's the second most tournament championships behind Florida State. This is into right field. Moving back is Oshiro on the run near the track. And Oshiro makes the grab in right field for Virginia for out number 1.
Well, that ball was well hit, too. Oshiro did a very nice job of going back on that ball, making a great play. That's tough to do. It's tough to keep your bearings and bring in a ball that initially burns you off the bat.
Drew Puckett, 8th in the batting order for Georgia Tech, with 19 driven in. '18th meeting between the programs at the ACC tournament. Georgia Tech leads at 9-8. And they last met in 2012. Georgia Tech defeating Virginia in the quarterfinals 6-4.
Talk about this conference, and it's kind of, when you look at the coaching bios, the coaching resumes, it's kind of flipped. You had a lot of veteran coaches in the conference historically, and over the past couple of years, you've seen the insertion, some turnover, and a lot of first and second year coaches at their respective universities.
She's popped up. Foul ground, and the play is made by Freeman for out number 2. So quickly, 2 away for Georgia Tech in its half of the second. Eileen Morales is in her second year as the head coach at Georgia Tech. Longtime assistant as well. Head coach at Radford. And she played at Georgia Tech 3 times in all-conference selection. An All-American in 2007. Co-freshman of the year in 2005. And played on 4 teams that made it to the NCAA tournament in this Georgia Tech program history.
Morales is another one of those former pro players as well. She was drafted by Chicago in 2008, spent 2 seasons with them, and won a championship there. She also has some international experience with Puerto Rico.
Georgia Tech program started in 1987. First year in the ACC was 1992. They were our host last year for this championship at Newborn Field in Atlanta, Georgia. Had a thrilling win for Florida State against Pittsburgh in the title game. And a shell nut going deep for the victory. Lonnie Alameda was kind enough to join us during the course of our first game, NC State and Syracuse. Thrilled to be hosting, maybe not so thrilled about not being the #1 seed, but she's so pleased to see the level of competition in the ACC continue to rise, and the defending and reigning national champs reside right here in the ACC and right here in Tallahassee. Shallow right, and it's going to be Davis ranging back from her position at second base. No threat in the second for Georgia Tech. And we have completed 2. Tech by 2. They're playing for that trophy. The winner has the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. 2 teams out of the ACC last year, Florida State, the national champs, and Notre Dame also in the postseason. Takes us right to our championship news and notes. The Seminoles, not the #1 seed, but they've won 5 in a row. Pete D'Amour and Virginia Tech, Sherry, they are the #1 seed at our championship.
Boy, everybody's talking positively about Pete D'Amour and the job that he's done at Virginia Tech. He came out of an NCAA tournament. I actually saw him last here a season ago at the regional, the regional round of the NCAA tournament. He brought Kennesaw State here with Florida State as the host. But I'll tell you, you know, you were talking about Coach Alameda and Florida State winning the national championship, and I've heard so many coaches in this conference talk glowingly about that and have so much pride in the fact of Florida State coming out of this conference and bringing home that national championship. And I will also say that a lot of the coaches this year had, it's the first thing out of their mouth is praise for Coach D'Amour and the job that he's done at Virginia Tech this season.
Busby singles into left field to start the 3rd for Virginia. Busby singled back in the first as well. In fact, Morgan Bruce had retired 6 of the last 7 batters she faced before Busby gets hit #2 in the game, and she's aboard. Lacey Smith also singled in the first. In fact, Virginia left the bases loaded in the first inning.
That's something that I think Virginia should be encouraged about, and particularly as they hit the top part of their order again. This is a part that was successful. They made a lot of noise in the first inning right off the bat. They have nothing to show for it, but they certainly threatened.
Right back to Bruce. Zeitler. Ewald. Double play.
It's a good-looking play, and listen, it starts with Morgan Bruce. Has her wits about her, makes that play, knows exactly that she just caught a double play ball. This is the 17th double play for Georgia Tech, and it's good-looking. They turn it pretty natural, no problem there. I say it all the time, the proximity in softball, the base is 60 feet apart. There's so much quick reactions that have to happen on the infield, and there's a lot of different jobs. When you're out there, you have a lot of different responsibilities that you have to make instantly, depending on what the hitter does, where the ball's going. Just like that. Morgan Bruce, she's focused on pitching. She's focused on throwing the ball past the hitter. She gets a quick one back to her, but has the wherewithal, is very cognizant of this is a double play ball. I'm going to make a perfect throw to second, and we're going to be in good shape.
Zeitler. So with the aid of the double play, Bruce faces 3 batters, and Virginia is set down and still scoreless. Georgia Tech leads it 2-0. They got their runs in the first inning. Bree Roper doubled and then scored on a sacrifice fly. And then Trisha Ewald going the opposite way for her 10th home run of the season, a solo shot. And those the 2 runs. Katie Cruz had the sacrifice fly to drive in Roper. And here we are, 2-0. Georgia Tech has the lead, and they're back to the top of their lineup as we play in the bottom of the 3rd. Georgia Tech as the higher seeded team, 7th seed. Virginia, number 10 seed team. And Allie Fry is going to be the new pitcher here in the 3rd.
I think this was probably a little bit of a challenge for Virginia to decide who to start in this game, because Allie Rail has been very hot as of late, very successful, but she also works the top part of the zone. Fry, on the other hand, throws a lot of drop. She'll curve both sides of the plate, and she's got a good changeup. So we'll see how she does against this very potent Georgia Tech lineup. But just looking at it, just looking on paper, Fry is probably the better matchup just because she keeps the ball down.
Roper takes a strike. Doubled and scored in the first. Off the sac fly rather, from Katie Cruz. Roper was on her way to first base. Sophomore second base has to return to the batter's box.
See Fry, she throws hard. She's also had some good success lately. She won her past 4 outings. She threw a no-hitter at Virginia's final game at the Park, their home location there. It's a good target right there. It's a tough one to take.
So Fry strikes out the first batter she faces in Bree Roper. Second strikeout for Virginia pitching, as Rail had a strikeout in the first inning of Cameron Stanford, and now here's Katie Cruz. Sacrifice fly and an RBI in the first for the senior at third base. And that average, a robust .354. RBI number 35 on the season for Cruz back in the first inning. Senior from Orland Park, Illinois. You mentioned Allison Fry had that no-hitter in the second game of a doubleheader, April 30th against Hampton, an 8-0 win. And they'll have a new facility next season for Virginia.
Yeah, that's how Virginia will say farewell to that facility called the Park. And oddly enough, in over 25 years, there were only 3 no-hitters thrown there, and that was one of them.
And that's almost 500 games played at the Park. And here is the rendering of the brand new facility on the grounds of the University of Virginia. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it looks amazing. A lot of people happy about that.
Just a byproduct of all the success of that university and of this conference, and continuing to raise the bar in softball every season. Clemson will join the ranks of the league next year. Duke came in last year and made our championship field. We will see them in the last game of the 4 games tomorrow. They'll take on Notre Dame, which, as you saw, is on a 9-game winning streak, coming to the championship as the number 3 seed against the number 6 seed Duke, and that's scheduled for 7:30 tomorrow night. But you want to be with us all day long, Sherry Kemp. We're going the distance tomorrow. We're going to get it started at 11 a.m. with Virginia Tech, the number 1 seed, and NC State. And we are going to go wall to wall ACC softball in those quarterfinals.
8 games in 3 days.
Love it. Bring it on.
You see, Allison Fry is chipping away at those corners. She wants those corner pitches. She throws that target on the inside corner to the right-hander, and she tries to hang that corner with the curveball on the outside part. And that's what she did with Cruz. It ended up in a walk, and she's continuing to stay along those lines. I like it. I think you definitely have to stay on the edge of the zone, and she's got to figure out what Chris Neighbors, a home plate umpire, is going to give her back there.
Slow roller, Ritchie. Steps on the bag, toss to first, and a double play for Virginia. Arizona Ricci on a slow roller up the middle from Cameron Stanford. And the 19th double play of the season ends the inning. Top of the fourth, Georgia Tech has a 2-0 lead. Before we get started, Eileen Morales, kind enough to join us from that Georgia Tech dugout area. And Coach, you posted 30 wins so far this season. Your impressions of what you've seen so far from your team as you head into this first game of our championship?
Yeah, we just want to have competitive at-bats, work the count, get hits that, or look at pitches that we can drive for extra bases. I thought we came out really well in the first inning, but need to have some better competitive at-bats here the last couple innings. Need to improve on that.
Coach, Morgan Bruce, just a little bit shaky in that top, but you stuck with her and she's worked through it. What was that conversation like?
Just make a competitive pitch. Make a competitive pitch and let the defense do the work for you.
Coach, you've got some backup dancers behind you, by the way, too.
Surprise.
All the support of the team. Coach, thanks for your time and best of luck.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for being here.
Eileen Morales, second year. A couple of players behind her as she gets back into the flow of the game. That's become sort of a tradition in dugouts, both softball and baseball. Keep it light. First day of our championship, and Georgia Tech has a 2-0 lead. Stavro and Dickerson were the players that are behind her. Give them credit. She's focused today. She's ready to go. Got out of that jam in the first inning, as Sherry mentioned. And now Abby Barber, Donna Friedman, Tori Gilbert, the scheduled hitters against Morgan Bruce, who has faced the minimum amount of batters in the last 2 innings. She started a double play in the 3rd inning.
Well, you look at that, and the question that I asked Coach Morales about Morgan Bruce, Virginia came out aggressive. They loaded the bases. It looked a little bit grim there for a little bit, but that's pitching. It is about the next pitch, and it can't be overstated. And that's something that I think coaches look for in recruiting pitchers is resilience. How are they going to bounce back? Bruce, maybe as shaky as it may have seemed, came out of that inning unscathed, and she's done well. She's been very efficient in the last 2, as you mentioned, and she's battling.
This is a line drive at Roper at second base by Barber for the first out.
The pitcher, number 23, Donna Friedman.
So since those 2 singles to start the game by Busby and Smith, there's only been 1 hit, and that was a single by Busby against Morgan Bruce. That earned run average right below 4 for Bruce. She's won 16 games on the season. Donna Friedman. Freshman catcher.
It's a good-looking drop ball. Watch that ball cut down. Key for me, it doesn't take a ton of brilliance. You can watch Morgan Bruce throw against a couple batters, and you know exactly what she's going to throw. There's not a lot of secrets there, but what I like about her is that she varies the height of that pitch. The drop is her key pitch, no doubt about it, but she varies the height of it. She seems to have a lot of command of it, and that's what works for her. Look at that. So she throws that good pitch. It's on the inside corner, so not only height-wise, but width-wise.
Ahead in the count, 1-2. Struck out Friedman in the first inning. And then got a fly ball from Gilbert to end the Virginia threat. Just a little piece of that one from Friedman on the off-speed.
Just enough, though. Exactly what you said. You see Friedman out in front a bit and then tries to hold up at the end.
Quite the skill from these hitters to be able to adjust to those speeds and locations. There's such a drastic difference.
They work on it all the time. It's such a challenge, and that's why I say with that changeup, I like it to be in the zone.
Strikeout number 3 for Morgan Bruce, and the second time she has punched out Donna Friedman.
This pitch right here is almost unhittable. I mean, you know, everybody, hitting coaches are going to argue you can do something with everything, but I'm going to tell you, a ball that's dropping on that inside corner, that's a tough one to catch up with. It just is.
This is Tori Gilbert. Virginia won the last game of the regular season series in mid-March between the teams at Georgia Tech, 7-1. Gilbert had a 3-run home run in that game. She slashes this one into the bullpen area for the Cavaliers. Georgia Tech had won the first 2 games of the series, 13-0 in 5 innings and 6-3 before the Cavs came back to take game 3, 7-1 in the regular season meeting between the programs. By the way, the 91st all-time meeting. Bouncer, Zeitler, Ewald. And they go down 1-2-3. Morgan Bruce is in a groove for Tech. Bottom of the 4th, before we start it with Georgia Tech up 2-0, we are joined by the head coach of the Cavs, Joe Harden. Coach, thank you for your time. Great finish to the regular season to get some momentum coming to our championship. You won 5 in a row. The program hadn't done that since '94. How do you feel about your chances here in Tallahassee?
We feel great. We love the matchup. We love where we are in the bracket. And, I mean, the ACC was so good this year. There's so many great players, and our girls have been doing a great job hitting some missiles. Some right out people, some not. It's been fun. So it's been a good – we're excited about it being here, but we're not content just to get here. We're going to keep attacking, keep competing.
Coach, last inning you relieved your starter, Allie Rail, with Allison Fry. What a little bit about the thought process there?
Yeah, we thought Georgia Tech was getting a little on time, had some barrels, some pitches that were missed on the plate a little bit. She just didn't look like her timing was on, and so we just felt like it was we wanted to mix it up a little bit. We're flipping the lineup over there in the 3rd, and Allie Fry has been here. She's got experience, and so she's actually calling her own game right now. She's getting after it, and we're trusting her 100%. So it's her time to shine, and she's doing a great job.
Coach Harden, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
The 10th seeded Virginia Cavaliers in our championship have turned to Allie Fry, and a new catcher, Olivia Gott, is now behind the plate. That's in place of Friedman. So Gott in for Friedman. Fry in the circle. Coach Harden in her 3rd season. 5th overall as a head coach. She spent 2 years as the head coach at McNeese State. Took that program to the NCAA tournament. Was also an assistant there as well. Last year, just 3-21 in conference play, and this year they're back in our championship.
Another one of those young coaches, young in the ACC. Talk about the catcher change. Olivia Gott comes in to catch Allison Fry, and that's, I think, a little bit of familiarity. When you saw the combination, if you look at the games and who's playing catcher, it's kind of a split between Gott and Friedman. And there's a direct correlation to who's pitching. So now you're seeing Gott, who's also a senior, catching for Fry, who's a grad student. And it was the 2 freshmen before with Friedman and Rail. But it's good. I like the chemistry in a battery, and I think it can't be undervalued. And you just like to make sure you're on the same page. We heard Coach Harden tell us that it's Fry right now that's calling the game. And that's tricky. You take a good look at her. I'm not sure she's making a lot of details, sending a lot of details to Gott. So the question is, how is Gott setting up? What is the signaling process, or is she just catching it where it goes?
Fry, the graduate transfer from Boston College, hits the target and strikes out Awol, who had homered in the first off of Ali Rail.
Hits the target is exactly right. You see Gott set up on that corner. That's what Fry wants to do. That's what she likes to do. That's what her strength is. She has great command of those spots. And she's been working them the entire time since she got in there. You see her go back and forth on those corners, trying to get those calls. And you can see, look at Olivia Gott. She's communicating with Chris Neighbors behind her, the home plate umpire, probably saying, little down, little out, where'd we miss? In a nice way, of course.
Sky Webb looks at a strike.
Another one of those location pitches.
Webb had an infield single off the glove of Davis at second base and a stolen base, but was stranded in scoring position back in the first when Georgia Tech got both of its runs. The strikeout of Awol, the second one for Ali Fry, on in relief of Ali Rail. Three strikeouts in total for Virginia pitching. Too far inside, and that's a walk for Webb. Always a threat on the base paths. Sky Webb. So with one out, there's one on now. And Bailey Zeitler, freshman shortstop, with a ground out to Busby at third to end the threat in the first. Cavs left a correction. Georgia Tech left a runner in scoring position back in the first, their most significant threat. And now Zeitler with Webb at first, already one stolen base.
See Richie shading a little bit to second base with the threat of Webb. That opens up that 5-6 hole a little bit more. You see that happen sometimes.
Arizona Richie. Ruled a foul ball off the bat of Bailey Zeitler. Freshman from Canton, Georgia. .5'3", shortstop. Play made by Busby to her left. Spins and throws to Lacey Smith.
Good looking play. You talk about the 5-6 hole, and Busby covers it up right here. Goes to her glove side. Look at that. Right in the gap. Makes a nice little turn and gets the out. It's well done.
was on the money from Busby. Sky Webb moved up to second base in the process. So 2 down with the runner in scoring position for Crosby Huckabee, junior right fielder. And 0 for 1. Led off the second inning with a fly out to right field in Oshiro. And now hitting .266 on the season. That is Webb at second. She was stranded there in the first inning. Right down the middle from Fry. Olivia Gott had to handle that one. Gott has come in for Friedman behind the plate for the Virginia Cavaliers.
Nice job by Gott. Ball gets dirty quick.
So the count moves to 3-1 with Webb at second base. For Huckabee, the junior 0 for 1. Does have 12 home runs and 49 driven in. Good eye from Huckabee. First and second, we're going to have a conference in the circle, Virginia.
Take a look again at the location. Those are just not a compromise that Fry has made yet to come off of those corners. I think she's confident. I think she knows that she has a good command, and she also knows what happens if you do compromise too much and get in the middle part of that plate.
Coach Joe Harden in the circle. Georgia Tech with the pinch runner, Ariella Jackson, number 73. The freshman has come in to run for Huckabee.
What Coach Harden's trying to do right here is just settle down Allison Fry and make sure she's aware. You know, listen, 2 out. Sometimes things can unravel on you a little bit. You get caught up in that and not really the task at hand. You have to refocus. You're at the bottom part of this order. And go 1 pitch at a time, dial in on what you're doing, and try to get your team back in the dugout.
40th appearance of the season for Allie Fry, facing Drew Puckett. That last walk was the 110th that Fry has given up in 116 innings pitched. But trying to get out of this mini jam with runners at first and second. Webb's at second. Jackson, the pinch runner, at first. And a ball to Drew Puckett, junior designated player.
You look at those numbers, and Fry, the good stat is that she averages just at a strikeout an inning, and the bad stat is that she averages just at a walk an inning.
2 strikeouts, 3 walks. Given up by Fry. Tries to work in the inner half, but it's too far inside.
And I think if you're Gott right now, you have to tell your pitcher that she's going to have to move the softball. You can't continue. Now, even the last pitches appear to be clearly off the edge. I don't think those are questionable, but I think you say, hey, you have to come on the plate. We need to put this in play here. What we don't want to do is walk another batter and not the 8-hole hitter.
And now the bases are loaded. by virtue of 3 walks. The Webb, Huckabee, Jackson ran for Huckabee, now at second, and Puckett just drew a walk and she's at first. On base for the first time in our game after fouling out to the catcher, Friedman, before she was replaced by Olivia Gott. Ella Brock.
It's a great opportunity for Georgia Tech because not only, if Ella Brock can do something here in this 9 spot, not only is Georgia Tech going to put some runs on the board with the bases loaded situation, but they're going to turn the lineup over.
To left field, Gilbert's running back. This one bounces and hits the wall. And the base is clear on the double by Ella Brock.
This is Ella Brock's 6th extra base hit of the season, and that's exactly how Virginia was playing her. They were playing her very shallow, and so there's no chance. She hit that ball well regardless. It went to the track, one-hopped the fence easily, but they were not playing her for power.
Georgia Tech loaded the bases with walks, and then Webb, Jackson, the pinch runner, and Puckett all came in to score on the double by Kaylee Ella Brock. At the bottom of this Georgia Tech lineup, she has delivered the big hit, 5-0. This one at the shortstop, Ritchie. Tough to handle, and there will be no play off the batter, Bree Roper.
The third baseman, number 20, Katie Cruz.
It's kind of raining and pouring on Virginia at this point. They're just not able to take advantage. Allison Fry has struggled in this inning. Issued some walks, showed some control issues in terms of getting the ball in the strike zone where she needed to be. And Georgia Tech, give them credit. The bottom of the order had good at-bats. They took their walks. They were patient. And then Ella Brock just completely capitalized and cleared them all.
Outside to Cruz. Cruz does not have an official at-bat this afternoon. And now into the evening hours in Tallahassee, Florida. Sacrifice fly for an RBI in the first, scoring Bree Roper, and a walk in the third for Katie Cruz.
So it's interesting, these two teams. They played each other in a 3-game series, and Georgia Tech won 2 of those, but they won the first game via the run rule. It was a 13-0 shutout. The second game was more competitive, 6-3. Georgia Tech still won that one. And then Virginia wins game 3, 7-1. So it kind of, both teams were able to get one out of hand, and then that third game kind of stayed competitive. This one so far is looking a lot more like game 1, where Georgia Tech had the 13-0 shutout.
Been all Georgia Tech so far, and the big hit delivered in this inning by Kaylee Ella Brock. She's the runner at second base. It's a ground ball to Ritchie. She'll throw it over to first to Lacey Smith, and that'll end the inning as they get Katie Cruz on the ground ball. But the big hit from Ella Brock. The double is going to clear the bases. Webb, Jackson, and Puckett all come in to score for Georgia Tech, up 5-0. Cavaliers might be trailing 5-0, but they're looking for the rally here in the top of the 5th. Upside down visors, other versions of it in that dugout for the Cavs, and Kate Covington is leading it off. Ashley Davis, Arizona Ritchie, the scheduled hitters. In the 5th inning for Virginia, trailing 5-0 to Georgia Tech. And Morgan Bruce in the circle for the Yellow Jackets. In the last 3 innings, Bruce has faced the minimum amount of batters, and that includes her starting a double play in the 3rd inning. Out towards right field and foul. She gave up 2 hits in the 1st inning and walked 1. Got out of the bases loaded jam. Since that point, she's allowed just 1 hit, no walks, and struck out 1. "16 wins on the season for Morgan Bruce. And 30 wins for Georgia Tech as a program this year. Yellow Jackets lost in the quarterfinals as they were the hosts of our championship last year. Lost to North Carolina 6-1. Swing and a miss. Strikeout of Kate Covington. And the 4th of the game for Morgan Bruce.
We looked at a replay last inning of Morgan Bruce down and into a right-hander. Drop ball in. Look at this one. Drop ball out. Other side. Varying. Even though she throws that pitch a ton, she's got a lot of variations with it. So that's a 16th hitter and the 12th first pitch strike that Bruce has thrown. When Virginia started off this game, they jumped on the first pitch and they jumped on the first pitch again, and it seems like they've, maybe that wasn't by design as much. I thought it was. It looked absolutely calculated, but maybe not, because they have not continued that.
Play by Cruz, 2 down. Ashley Davis is out number 2 in that Virginia lineup, and now to the bottom of the order, and Arizona Ritchie will be the hitter against Morgan Bruce in the circle. Bruce struck out Ritchie to end the 2nd inning. Looking for the 2-out rally for the Cavs in the 5th. If Virginia can rally back and get back into this one, they're trying to win their first tournament game since 2011. And back in 2011, they knocked off the number 1 seed as the number 8 seed. The number 1 seed was Georgia Tech in the quarterfinals. That was the first time a number 8 seed had defeated a number 1 seed in our championship back in 2011, and the Cavaliers did it to the Yellow Jackets. Tables turned so far this afternoon, Sherry Kemp.
They might be thinking about that. Probably not.
Historical perspective, that's what I'm here for, among other things.
Many other things.
Tom Wormy, Sherry Kemp, our outstanding ACC Softball Championship production crew with you from Tallahassee, Florida. We are approaching 5:30 on the eastern seaboard. Bright sunshine in the state of Florida. 13th time we've come to Tallahassee to contest this championship. And Bruce continues to mow him down. 5 strikeouts, and they go down 1, 2, 3. It's Ritchie trying to reach that one unsuccessfully. Championship is brought to you by Hardee's. because it tastes better. Everyone in Tallahassee enjoying the evening of ACC softball. Easy little guy. NC State and Syracuse, and it was the Wolfpack 4-3 against the Orange to advance to take on the #1 seed Virginia Tech. That's the first game of our quarterfinal quadruple header tomorrow. Georgia Tech, Virginia, the winner takes on Florida State, the #2 seed. Florida State had been the #1 seed 6 straight years at our championship. We thank Holly April and Lonnie Alameda for joining us during the course of our first game of the day. The win for NC State against the Syracuse Orange, eliminating Syracuse.
It's fun to hear from the coaches and get to hear a little bit more conversation from them throughout a half inning. Those are both enjoyable interviews with Coach Alameda and Coach April.
Coach April's team, the Louisville Cardinals, will take on North Carolina tomorrow. That's at 1:30. That's game 2. Florida State plays the winner of this one, and then it's Notre Dame and Duke to finish off the day. 4 games in the quarterfinals of our ACC championship. Allie Fry in the circle for Virginia, facing Cameron Stanford, sophomore center fielder for Tech. Stanford is 0 for 2. Strikeout and grounded into a double play started by Ritchie at short. Stepped on the bag and threw to first. Leadoff hitter is aboard for Georgia Tech in the 5th.
The first baseman, number 22, Trisha Awol.
5th walk given up by Fry. Second time in the game, Georgia Tech has the leadoff hitter aboard with Trisha Awol. 1 for 2 and a home run back in the 1st inning. A solo shot for Awol to left field. Walks were the issue last inning for Allie Fry. She had 3 walks in the inning. They all came around to score on the double by Kaylee Ellebrock. Into the whole left side, and the second hit of the game for Trisha Awol. A home run and now a single.
It's a nice job hitting by Trisha Awol. Look at the location of the pitch outside for her, and she just goes right with that pitch, finds the 5-6 hole for a nice base hit. It's just textbook hitting.
Yellow Jackets trying to chase down their first postseason win since 2012, when they were ACC tournament champs, defeating Virginia Tech in the title game 9-1. Georgia Tech had an amazing run there, Sherry, for about 8 years. From 2002 to 2010, they won 4 championships and then did it again in 2012. And Eileen Morales was a big part of all of that.
Yeah, I think what you've seen in the conference is success spread out a bit. And finally, Florida State kind of rode it all the way to the ultimate victory and winning the national championship. But throughout the history of the ACC, there have been many different schools that have sort of had those streaks of success. And that's what we talk about all the time. It's the sustained excellence that's tough. You have to really tip your hat. There are some coaches that make it look easy, and it's not. It's absolutely not. Recruiting is so competitive and so difficult, and now the new transfer rules have just really thrown a wrench in, I think, everything. Probably everything NCAA, but certainly in the sport we watch, and in softball, it has sort of wreaked havoc. The ability to transfer at semester and play immediately and all of that.
Right back to Fry, gloves it, flips it, using the glove, to get Webb. But the runners advance. Stanford up to third base. Awald to second.
Fry stays with it, does a nice little glove toss. Handles it well.
Awald, runner at second base. Cameron Stanford, the sophomore center fielders at third, with one out and up 5-0 for Georgia Tech. Virginia Tech does have, Virginia does have one championship to its credit in our event. That was back in 1994, defeating Florida State in the title game 3-0. Speaking of Virginia Tech, we're going to see them tomorrow. We noted their first-year head coach has done incredible things with the program, continuing the tradition. They're the #1 seed. They're going to take on NC State tomorrow, Sherry.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I think even Coach Alameda was talking about Pete DeBoer, the job that he's done, his pitching coach, Doug Gillis, giving a lot of credit there.
It starts.
And rightly so.
It's not like coming after
Strikeout from Fry.
Fry is interesting to me because when you just look at her numbers, you would think, if you're just looking at her numbers and analyzing her as a pitcher, you would think she's wild because she averages about a walk an inning. But she's not wild. She seems very controlled. She's just does not compromise the edges of the zone. She wants that pitch. She can throw it there. I think she can throw it there 49 times out of 50. But I think strategy-wise, she would be better off to throw what we would refer to as a yellow pitch, a pitch that's on the plate. Sometimes she insists that the hitters chase these pitches, and Georgia Tech's not doing it. There's the numbers for Allison Fry, and you can see just the innings pitched, 114 and a third, 107 walks, and 109 strikeouts. That 109 strikeouts is a great number.
Crosby Huckabee is the batter. She was pinch run for in the fourth inning after drawing a walk. Jackson came in to pinch run for her and scored on the double by Ellebrock. Bailey Zeitler just struck out. She's 0 for 3. And now there are 2 outs in the inning and a 1-2 count for Huckabee.
So I think when you see Allison Fry, that methodology, that plan works if you get an offense that will chase those edge pitches. You're just overwhelming. You're wildly successful. But listen, Georgia Tech leads the conference in walks. That tells you they are very disciplined. They work very hard at making sure that the ball is in the strike zone before they make a decision to swing. So that scouting would say this is not the team that you can be off the plate on, and that's what's proving out.
248 walks for Georgia Tech hitters during the regular season. And they drew 3 in the fourth inning, and they all scored, and there's another walk. Second of the inning. And now the bases are loaded for Georgia Tech.
Number 17, Drew Puckett.
Second walk for Huckabee. So just the one hit in the inning by Awald. who is now the runner at second base. Drew Puckett. Throw down to second, and the runner back safely. Ewald. As Olivia Gott threw it down there, checking on the runner. Puckett officially 0 for 1. Fouled out to the catcher, Friedman at the time, for Virginia. And then Puckett walked and scored on the Ellebrock double. Kaylee Ellebrock is on deck. Ellebrock.
She's probably chomping at the bit over there.
She had only 10 RBIs coming into the game today. She's got 3 thanks to that double in the 4th.
Well, if these bases clear, it would be the end of this game. There is a run ahead rule, and it is in effect in the conference tournament. It is 8 runs after 5 innings. And we're there.
Well, in the 4th, Georgia Tech cleared the bases with a double from Ellebrock. See what Drew Puckett can do. Puckett, free pass and a run for the Jackets. And that's now 3 walks in the inning.
Yeah, that's tough. There's just not much that Virginia can do to help themselves in this situation.
So Stanford came in to score. And Kaylee Ellebrock, when she came up in the 4th inning, the bases were also loaded, and she did this, unloaded them.
Well, Ellebrock, without a ton of base hits on the season, just extra base hits rather, just 5 leading into that one, had Virginia defensively playing in on her, pinching her a little bit, and she took full advantage.
Seven walks by Fry since she came on in relief in the 3rd inning of Allie Rail. She walked 3 in the 4th. They all scored. She's walked 3 here in the 5th, and 1 has scored.
And it's Allie Rail who's back up in the bullpen. The starter, Ken Rienner. And she's getting loose down there, and I think that's a good idea. We've seen several conversations with Fry, both from the coaching staff and Gott. I think Olivia Gott, who's the catcher behind the plate, she's been very good at communicating with Fry, but nothing has been able to really fix it.
Fry relieved Rail in the 3rd inning. Rail had given up 2 runs, both in the 1st inning, and that included a home run to Trisha Ewald, who right now is the runner at 3rd base. It's up the middle and through. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in for Georgia Tech, and that's going to do it. Ellebrock drives in 2 to finish off this game, and what an afternoon for Kaylee Ellebrock with 5 RBIs, a single and a double. And once again, she had 10 total RBIs this season. She's got 5 this evening, and Georgia Tech wins it 8-0. They scored 3 runs here in the 5th.
I think Georgia Tech was ready to go. We talked about it in the open. who's going to shake any jitters, who's going to put together a good-looking ball game and look to kind of control their future and move on in this tournament. And that's what Georgia Tech came to do. They were all business. Kaylee Ellerbrock still has a smile on her face. She might have that on her face 3 hours from now because she had a day.
Amazing game from Ellerbrock. We'll come back to wrap it all up. 5 RBIs, 8-0. Georgia Tech has advanced to take on Florida State tomorrow. More to come in just a moment. The ACC Softball Championship is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Eileen Morales and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets are moving on. They defeat Virginia 8-0 in 5 innings. Run rule. And Kaylee Ellerbrock has 5 RBIs in the 9 spot in the batting order. The first postseason win since 2012. And Sherry Kemp, that sets up tomorrow for our quarterfinal matchups, starting with Virginia Tech and NC State.
Yeah, I think it was a good day today. I love this game. I love the performance of Ellerbrock, as you talked about, and her battery mate in this game, Morgan Bruce, really had a great performance as well. And it's an exciting day. It's a long day. 4 games tomorrow in ACC tournament action. I think both the teams that moved on, NC State, Georgia Tech, put it together today. They've got a lot of optimism moving into tomorrow.
Georgia Tech defeating Virginia for the 3rd time in 4 meetings this season. Trisha Awald had a home run, and Kaylee Ellerbrock single and a double and 5 RBIs. Tomorrow we get started at 11 Eastern. It's Virginia Tech and NC State. For Sherry Kemp, I'm Tom Wormy. So long from Tallahassee.